There are nights when you do not even dare to sleep, because silence feels heavier than everything else. It is not because you are too ambitious. It is because you already know. Tomorrow will not fix any of this. The rent is still there, the bills are still there. Every payment waiting for you will still be there. In the morning, the hardest part of money pressure is not the number. It is feeling like you are not allowed to fall apart, even while your mind breaks a little at a time. Money pressure does not always arrive like a disaster. Sometimes it begins in a much quieter way. You open your eyes and the first thing on your mind is not how you will live today, but how you will survive this month. And when your phone vibrates, your heart pauses for a second, because you are afraid. It might be another payment waiting for you. You still go to work, you still answer messages. You still speak like everything is normal. But inside your head there is only one question, repeating itself again and again. How am I supposed to make this enough? And what makes this hurt is not only the lack of money, it is the feeling that you are already trying your hardest, and somehow it is still not enough. You become more tense, easier to irritate, easier to exhaust, and sometimes you feel ashamed. Ashamed that even small, ordinary things now require hesitation. Ashamed when you have to measure every small cost. Ashamed when you quietly step away from ordinary moments. You look at other people moving more lightly than you, while your own head feels like it is carrying stones. Money pressure has its own kind of cruelty. It does not need to knock you down all at once. It just wears you down every day, until you begin to doubt yourself. When pressure closes in like this, the mind usually has only two reactions left. One is panic. You want money fast, you want out immediately. You want to grab anything. That might make the weight feel lighter, even for a moment. The other reaction is paralysis. You do not want to open the account again. You do not want to calculate anymore. You do not want to face it anymore. And this is where many people begin, making the wrong decisions. Not because they are foolish, but because they are scared. When fear takes the wheel, people stop acting from clarity. They are just struggling to escape, the feeling of drowning. Stoicism begins with a very cold principle. When life turns chaotic, the first thing you must protect is not your pride, not your wounded emotion. What you must protect first is your clarity. You cannot control every financial blow. That already happened. You cannot control prices rising. You cannot control that. Other people seem to breathe more easily than you. But you still control one very small thing. And it matters more than most people think. The next step. Not the whole month, not the whole fear. Just your next step. This is the part many people do not want to hear. The pressure is real, the bills are real. The exhaustion is real, but panic is not a strategy. If you let your mind become chaos, because money is tight. If you spend to escape emotion. If you compare yourself until you start hating yourself. Or make choices, only to feel less afraid for one moment. Then money is no longer the only problem. It has started damaging the way you think. Stoicism does not tell you to pretend. Money does not matter, money matters. And that is exactly why you cannot afford to handle it with panic. So what do? First, stop running from the numbers. Look directly at them. How much do you still have? How much are you short? Which costs are necessary? And which are only habit or ego? Then stop asking, how do I fix everything? Immediately ask instead, what is the most practical step I can take in the next 7 days? Maybe it means cutting one unconscious expense. Maybe it means asking for extra work. Maybe it means rebuilding the entire way you use your money. This kind of change is not glamorous. It is slow, it is dry. It does not give you the feeling of victory right away, but it is what actually pulls you out of the hole. The most stoic thing in money pressure is not saying, I do not care about money. It is saying, I will not let fear about money turn me into a weaker version of myself. Maybe today you still do not feel comfortable. Maybe the situation still does not look good. But as long as your mind is still clear, you are not defeated yet. Lack of money does not always destroy a person. Letting fear control them does. If you are in that season right now, where money has made you so tired that you have gone quiet, remember this. You do not need to become rich by tomorrow to take back your steadiness. You only need to stop letting fear decide how you live today. And if you understand that feeling, comment this: I will not panic. Not to pretend you are strong, but to remind yourself that, even when life tightens around you,